Will Gina Carano settle on the Disney lawsuit? She has discussed it. She has revealed it. So let's dive into this. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Let's take a look. So Gina Carano reveals whether or not she will settle with the Walt Disney Company amid the ongoing lawsuit. Now this is courtesy of a friend of the channel, Valiant Renegade. He and she, because Gina Carano, there you go. That wasn't just a weird Freudian slip. They were both in attendance at an expo, and Valiant Renegade asked her, basically. So credit to him, but let's take a look and see what she says. Also, this article is linked down below, so check that out. So let's take a look, right? Former The Mandalorian actress Gina Carano recently addressed whether or not she would settle with the Walt Disney Company if the company makes an offer, which I think is... It's kind of a valid question, actually, isn't it? You know? But it's a valid question, and I think actually the response itself is very telling as to the motive behind even initiating the lawsuit to begin with. So during a panel at Fanboy Expo Knoxville earlier this month, YouTuber Valiant Renegade questioned Carano on whether or not she would settle with the Walt Disney Company. So Carano responded, and quote, "I kind of go back and forth on that, and I'll be real honest with you. I feel like at some point, when is this all going to stop? When is somebody going to stop them from treating people the way they've treated people, for how long they've treated people like this?" And then the second part of my brain is, I've been through a lot in the last 4 years, and I want to tell stories, and I don't want to constantly be in court or constantly be political even. So I think we have a really strong case, stronger than most people on the internet will let you know. And I feel very, very positive, because I don't have very much, I don't have anything to hide, and they have everything to hide. So I would be very nervous if I was them. And she has been through a lot, to be fair. Not great, is it? Sort of slammed in mainstream media non-stop as some, like, Yahtzee supporting psycho Jew hater is essentially what they were labeling her as. It was really bizarre. Really, really bizarre. So then Carano then said, "So I pray that when that comes, if that comes, that I make the right decision. And I feel like it'll be a success story." Well, I feel like it already is, because as soon as that lawsuit hit, I had incoming phone calls. And I've had such support from people that needed to see somebody fight back. And thank you to Elon for doing that for me. That has been one of the most incredible blessings of my life, because just him doing that made people's brains understand. You know, for some reason, and it shouldn't be like this, you shouldn't have to take somebody to court for somebody to respect that you were disrespected. But it really turned people's brains on to, oh, she's fighting back. And I am definitely willing to go full on. I will go full to the end. So, I'm not quite sure whether that reveals that she won't. Well, does it or not? To the end. She does say when that comes, if that comes, that she prays that she makes the right decision. Now, at the end of the day, if you're going to accept a payout, a settlement, what's the motive behind the lawsuit to begin with? Like, I would say I would lose respect for Gina Carano if she took a settlement. And the reason why is initiating the lawsuit to begin with would seemingly indicate that the motive was money. I'm not saying that is the motive, by the way. I'm just saying that's the vibe it gives off. You know, money. I've got my payout, cool. I'll settle now, no worries. Rather than an injustice, you know, is a company with infinite wealth, even though they are in debt, but is a company with infinite wealth giving money over justice to you being completely destroyed? Is it really justice? Is that justice served? Where's the penalisation for that company at that point? Where is the... Yeah, where's the justice there? There isn't really any, is there? You know, I don't see that as Disney learning a lesson or even being given the opportunity to learn a lesson. I think taking them to court fully and them actually going through the process to the very, very end where everything has to be exposed. Everything in the media comes out and lambasts them. All of their dirty little secrets gets revealed in emails. That becomes justice. Because a company with incredible sums of wealth, just giving some of it over. Because, mark my words, it wouldn't be a lot. You know, it'd be a lot for Gina Carano, but it wouldn't be a lot for Disney. That's not them learning a lesson. That's not them having to... Yeah. It's just not justice. Not justice at all. And that's them just saying, well, we can just get out of it by buying our way out. And in fact, actually, that teaches them a worse lesson moving forwards. Is we can disrespect actors. We can tar their name. We can fire people. We can implicate them in bigoted thought and behaviour. And we can just buy our way out of it. It's fine. So I'm hoping the end of this sort of comment that she made says, you know, definitely willing to go full on. I will go full to the end. The implication there is that she will not settle. It's that first part. I pray that when that comes, if that comes, that I make the right decision. I think that part there is what makes me go, oh, maybe then. Maybe she would take a settlement. And I genuinely would feel, I would absolutely lose respect for Gina Carano if she took a settlement from Disney. 100% I would. Carano did also add, something moved Elon to go and defend people and use his money to help defend free speech. And he's been changing lives. No, not just lives, but nations. And I fear where we would have been had he not stood up and done this thing that was placed on his heart. And I think God's using him in an incredible way. And I hope that continues on. But as far as my case goes, I'm pretty much playing it just like you all. I'm playing it day to day. Do you see why I'm thinking maybe? Don't do it, Gina. Don't do it. I'm trying to stay healthy, eat healthy, work out, take care of my family, take care of my animals, get my business done, and focus on putting something good out in the world. Because each individual person, if we do that we're going to make and hold on to America and hold on to the US and come together. Because we're all just human beings and we're very flawed. So if we hold on together, let's get this country back. I bloody well hope she doesn't. I really hope she does not settle. So there you go. I'm going to put some positivity out there and say maybe she won't. Hopefully she won't. Because Disney do need to be taught a lesson. Don't just buy your way out of ruining people's lives. I think that's disgraceful. People, you know, people need to learn is the point being made. So let me know what you think down below. What did you make of her comments? I'd love to hear it. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.